Back on Wyoming Sports Talk today, we're talking with Zach Kostopoulos, and I apologize for messing up his name earlier. Zach, good to have you on the program. You're first sacker for Post 6, and again, you know, we've talked with all of the other guys that have come in, and we'll get some particulars about you here in just a little bit. But, you know, you didn't know in March whether you're going to be playing or not. Now you're playing just a ton of games. I mean, it's like one right after another. And again, you've played a lot of games within the Post 6 family. Do you feel the burnout right now, or is it just mid-season form for you?
It's just mid-season form. I think all of our guys are just feeling the same, and we're just happy to be playing.
Yeah, without a doubt. Now, Zach, talk about your background with Cheyenne Post 6. How many years have you been within the Post 6 family?
This is my third year, and so I started playing in 8th grade and was on the prep team, and then last year was on the varsity, and this year on the varsity. So also to give more about your background, what at least high school are you at least attending right now currently? I'm going to Central, and I'll be a junior there, and I'm on the golf team.
So just golf only outside of baseball?
Yeah.
So so 3 years with the Cheyenne Post 6 family. Were you with the Mustangs family beforehand, or how'd you get introduced into the Post 6 family for, again, as you said, for 3 years now?
So I played Raptors, started playing Raptors when I was 8, and then when Raptors was no more, made the transition to Wyco when I was 13, and then after that it's been Post 6 ever since.
You know, Zach, you mentioned you play golf, and a lot of baseball players play golf as well, too. Does that help you a little bit with your swing? Again, too, I know you're hitting a little white ball and you got to focus on it, but does that help you a little bit at the plate? You're focusing on the pill coming your way?
I wouldn't say so as much. I don't usually golf during baseball just because of the different swings or whatever. But
does that mess up your swing if you would play golf?
I don't know. I think maybe a little bit. Yeah.
So, again, you're splitting time between golf and baseball, or at least that's what you're focusing on right now athletic-wise. Again, you got plenty of time to kind of figure out that next level, but have you kind of set your sights on, hey, I want to focus on golf if I have that opportunity in the next level, focus on baseball? Have you kind of made that branching off pattern right now of what you want to do at a four-year or a possible JUCO school?
I think I want to play baseball in college, and then just focus on baseball and then go to chiropractic school after that.
We're talking with Zach Kostopoulos of Post 6. Zach, we always like to ask our guys when they come in, favorite baseball team?
I like the Nationals.
Like the Nationals, okay. And again,
I mean, appropriate as they won the
but let's ask you this question. Has it been tough for you that there's been no baseball except for Post 6?
Kind of, yeah. It's just kind of boring watching old baseball games and not much else to do.
Time for something ready, or at least something new, which again is going to come up here very soon once baseball gets in action, hopefully at the end of July. For this season, though, Zach, where again all eyes have been kind of out in this region, whether it is here in the city of Cheyenne, maybe out in Idaho or up in South Dakota, but again, it's pretty much been this region, especially where Post 6 and other American Legion teams here in this state were one of the first in this nation to at least get baseball underway. So that gives opportunities for scouts, or again for those to take a look at whether it is Post 6 or other teams that we're competing with. What have been your goals? Again, as I said, you've got plenty of time to kind of figure out that next level, but again, you're fastly approaching when you got to make that decision. Have there been goals or anything outlined that you want to at least achieve here in 2020 of what has been a kind of bizarre year as is?
I just, at the plate, I just want to be able to bat like 350 and above and have a high fielding percentage for me, and that's about it.
Now, you play first base. Have you always been a first baseman?
Yeah.
Do you have again, you know, you're a young guy, so I got to come up with a young guy. Is a guy like Rizzo from Chicago somebody that you like to see emulate a little bit, or who is your favorite player?
I like Ryan Zimmerman.
I should have stayed with the Nationals. Yeah, silly me. Anyway, so talk about first base. And again, you know, we always call third base the hot box, but you know what? And being a first baseman myself, left-handed hitters, they could smoke it down that line as well too.
Yeah, they can. And they hit it hard.
How do you again? There's all kinds of drills you can do to better yourself to be a first baseman. Obviously, you got to stay low, stay in that athletic position, keep your glove down. At Powers Field, especially though, when you're holding a guy on, and you got a left-hander coming up, do you have that little bit of, oh gosh, I hope he doesn't smoke it my way?
Yeah. Sometimes if he's a bigger guy, it's kind of nerve-wracking being like that close to him, but.
Something that Coach Lain talked about, again, on a managerial side, we'll get it from you as a player right now with Post 6, where, he's talking about, hey, all eyes and again, targets on our back for all the games that we're playing right now at Powers Field and wanting to upset that local team that is hosting a lot of these games. Do you feel that kind of pressure? Have you been feeling that pressure? And have other players around you as well, too, been feeling this kind of pressure of, hey, we need to defend our home territory. Hey, we need to win these games, take care of business?
Yeah, I feel like definitely the players – we definitely feel like we need to defend like Post 6 in our field, and we just need to come out with the dub every time that we step on.
And how excited are you, at least upcoming this Thursday, where you get to host the, again, American Legion National Champs from last year, where, again, they got the best of you a couple weekends ago up there at their home place up there in Idaho Falls, but now they come to our territory. How excited are, at least for you, to kind of prove, hey, we can get it done. We can beat the best in the nation.
It's pretty exciting just knowing that we can beat them and at our home field, and so yeah.
Final thought from me, Zach, and we've asked the other players that come in, and again, third year for you with Post 6. Let's talk about the guys on the team. Talk about the closeness, the brotherhood. Tell me how is this team? The older guys and the younger guys, how are they all meshing?
Well, we're all pretty close, and we do a lot of things together. Like we go fishing and we go hit balls at a field, and we're all pretty close. And the older guys have definitely taken the younger guys under their wing, and so just showed them the ropes.
All right. Well, Zach, we appreciate you coming in, and again, continued success. We'll catch you out at the ballpark. Zach Kostopoulos, Ty Lain, thank you again. Appreciate it. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back with more here on 1480 KRAE.
Would you rather walk across hot coals or have poison ivy everywhere? Some choices are a lose-lose, but it's all win-win at Taco John's. Choose 3 chicken street tacos or 3 chicken soft-shell tacos for just $5. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Our drive-thru is still open. Swing by for all your Taco John's favorites for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or order delivery from participating locations with the Taco John's app. At First Tier Bank, we are proud to be a member of this great community and will always support all of our high school athletes. First Tier Bank takes great pride in sponsoring the live broadcast of the games and would like to wish all of our teams good luck. We share the credo with Newt Rockney when he said, "One man practicing sportsmanship is far better than 100 teaching it." It's all about the high school sports at First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue, Cheyenne. We're back, and we're now open. Wyoming Downs at the Cheyenne Plaza and on the South Greeley Highway. First off, you can feel rest assured that we are adhering to all current health standards. We're sanitizing all machines on a continuous basis so all can enjoy our pari-mutuel games. Make sure you check us out today because the fun has returned to Wyoming Downs in the Cheyenne Plaza and on the South Greeley Highway. For more information, go to wydowns.com.
At Medicap Pharmacy, we concentrate on nothing but your medications and your health. Each location is a locally owned full-service neighborhood pharmacy. We won't make you walk through aisles and aisles of stuff or wait in a long line. Instead, we'll always make time for you by listening, answering your questions, and explaining your prescriptions.
Medicap Pharmacy. We'll always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
If it happens on the diamond, the hardwood, the field, or even the ice, we'll talk about it on Wyoming Sports Talk today. Hi, this is Nick Peretti inviting you to join Larry Peretti and myself each weekday from 3 to 5 p.m. as we, along with our special guests, talk sports locally, regionally, and nationally. And you can chat with us too at 307-514-1071. It's Wyoming Sports Talk today only on 1480 KRAE, and you can stream live with us at 1480KRAE.com. We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly sunny with highs around 72. For tonight, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 46 and winds out the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. On Wednesday, it'll be sunny with highs around 81. And on Wednesday night, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 51.
Tired of lazy and predictable sports talk radio? We know you are. This is Cheyenne's new sports radio home. It's Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Welcome back to Wyoming Sports Talk Today. Well, we go from one top flight program to yet another, from the guys to the ladies, and we have Cheyenne Extreme in, and we had a chance to talk with Kaylee Wilson, third baseman, as I was rehashing when we did that doubleheader here, that Kaylee was one that went yard in that doubleheader win against Gering.
For her lone home run of the season, which, again, there's plenty of opportunities as they'll be in action this weekend down in Loveland. And, again, they have the state tournament as well, too, to, again, add to that home run total. But, again, looking at your stats, and we'll kind of go off of that.
I'll just let him go ahead and talk.
Well, and again, for you, Kaylee, again, right now you're looking at 286 average, again, with the one home run so far. Again, sitting with 16 hits on the season, again, as it is an abbreviated season. But so far, as I read that stat line for yourself, happy with what you got so far in the season?
I'm not as happy as I should be.
We're looking at above 300 average?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like to be up there in that 300, even maybe close to 400 average, but I've had a few slumps in the last two tournaments we've been in, and I think it's just hard for me to get out of it, but I mean, I'd like to see some improvement.
Let's talk about this past, at least termed it up there in Rapid City, South Dakota, where for the Cheyenne Extreme, for a lot of teams in our region, or at least here in the city of Cheyenne, it's been pretty much you're playing in town, or maybe a slight trip down to the state of Colorado possibly, but again, traveling across the state of Wyoming, competing in a pretty prestigious Rapid City, at least tournament this past weekend, where Extreme kind of ran into some difficulties. Unfortunately, he had an abbreviated, at least, weekend up there, but for you as a player up there, what were you noticing of some of the, at least what were other teams doing against the Cheyenne Extreme that were giving you guys kind of a tough time?
I think that what gives our team the toughest is when we go from a slow pitcher to a fast pitcher, we can't capitalize or we can't make the adjustments fast enough. It takes us at least a day or even just another weekend to capitalize. And I think that's what our main struggle is that when we go from there are pitchers from teams that were right down the middle and they were there. We couldn't change how we were wanting to hit.
Kaylee, you mentioned Crown College. That's you just completed your first year at Crown College, a unique year for your young people. I mean, again, with all that went on this year, you said you play golf and again, fast pitch as well. I guess having the season end really before it got started, I mean, did that throw you off a little bit? Because I know you probably worked out hard, you were all ready to play, and then boom, all of this happened. Does it kind of throw off you know, as you got ready to come back to the Extreme, did it kind of throw you off a little bit, your timing and everything?
I mean, yeah, it did, and it also kind of threw me off on the playing fields. Like, yeah, I got some playing at the college level, but I didn't get as much as I wanted to, and so, but I also knew that I shouldn't worry about that because this is my last year, so I knew that I was going to be able to come back and play for Extreme and get that same practice it's not the level, but it's still practice.
So, let me finish here. Talking about college, again, you go to that next level, and again, not Powersfield, but over here at Converse, those fields are nice. They've done a nice job, but I mean, you take that next step up, you see some really nice facilities.
Yes, you do. Mm-hmm. And up in Minnesota, we play mostly till the middle of April or even the beginning of May, we're in domes. And so we aren't even outside till the middle of May, or even, I guess our season ends in April, but in March we're in a dome from January, February, March, and then we could potentially get outside in April, but it's so cold.
Sounds like something that we deal with out here, especially we go back to last season and how many rainouts and how many cold days there were the beginning of that extreme season of, again, 2019. But here we are, 2020, as you're up in Minnesota, you're at college already. Again, as the world has been wacky as is, and you knew that, hey, I want to get back on that softball field. How did that work out with communication with you and Coach Adam Galicia? Was it something of that he was in constant contact with you to update of, hey, the Extreme are now playing, or this is when practice is starting? How did that all work out that you could come back and play with the Cheyenne Extreme here in 2020?
So I wasn't here for any of the winter workouts. I wasn't going to be playing until the first week of June. I wasn't going to, and I mean, it just happened to work out that, hey, Adam, I'm home 2 months early. I'm ready to start playing. And so I think that worked out a lot too, but I also told him at the end of the year, like, I have one more year. I'd love to come back and play. But I wanted him to know that I'm here to play softball, but I also kind of got to get moving on the life aspect of things.
Without a doubt. So, again, you've already moved on. You already have that softball opportunity on the next level. And, again, 1 year here with the Cheyenne Extreme. This season, as it is abbreviated season, but you do have at least one tournament, at least in mind, or at least a goal of winning a Wyoming State Championship. Unfortunately, the national tournament is is not going to happen for the Cheyenne Extreme. But for you, that is, again, you got everything solidified right now, and you're pretty much set in stone with the Cheyenne Extreme. What's the focus this season? What is kind of the goals for yourself?
The goals for myself were to just get better at things that I needed to work on, but I'm coming to realize I'm getting too technical with myself. And I think last year I was so stressed because I didn't know where I was going to go or what I was going to do. But now this year, since I already know where I'm going to go and what I'm doing, I wanted it to be fun, but also I've turned into things being too technical, and I think that's gotten into my head. But I think my goals are just to keep working, and I think if I just keep working hard at what I'm doing, then I think it'll end up flowing.
Now, Nick brought out all that bad news would happen up in Rapid City, so you don't have a lot of time to blow it off, but you got another one coming up this week that will be down roughly in the Loveland area. So, again, Sparkler Tournament. How do you and the rest of your teammates, because, again, you know that it was just an off weekend for you, how do you put that aside and get ready for this big tournament coming up?
Yeah, and with the short time we have to prepare for it, I think tonight at practice it's going to be, we need to work hard and give all our efforts, because tomorrow we might have a practice, but with a lot of girls going down and doing all camps and showcase games, the girls that are going to be back, we need to put in our efforts and just get better as soon as we can, because there's going to be some great competition there this weekend. And when we play good teams, we can play just as good or even better.
Kaylee Wilson, third baseman for the Cheyenne Extreme, joining us here on 1480 KRAE. Take a timeout. We'll come back with more after this.
Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range across from Powers Field is a proud sponsor of our high school and LCCC student athletes. Chick-fil-A always offers 2 convenient drive-through lanes to pick up your order if you are on the go. Plus, they have an excellent dining room for the whole family. And remember to order ahead. Use the Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Stop into Chick-fil-A today, open Monday through Saturday, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're home for the real chicken sandwich taste. Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range.
Capital Lumber is number one in Cheyenne. Are you listening? We're all the lumber store you'll ever need.
Since 1966, family-owned and operated Capital Lumber Company has been the stop for all lumber, paint, tools, accessories, remodel and do-it-yourself projects, and so much more. Now, Capital Lumber Company announces the beginning of a tasty relationship with Traeger Grills, as they now have in stock several models of Traeger Grills, along with pellets and accessories. Capital Lumber Company at 1222 Dunn Avenue in Cheyenne.
Did you know B&B Appliance and TV has a local warehouse where they stock a variety of appliances in a wide range of colors and finishes, including black and white? Their friendly staff realizes that one look isn't for everyone, and appliance shopping isn't always convenient. B&B Appliance offers free in-town delivery and disposal of your old appliances. They'll be there for you after the sale, too, because they always service what they sell. B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Best brands, hometown service.
At Kia of Cheyenne, we work hard to give you the best experience and value in the new vehicle. I'm AJ Miller, and the new 2020 Kia Optima has a lot of impressive available features. Standard 8-inch color display, auto emergency braking, and high beam assist. Available technology gives your compatible phone remote start with climate control, remote lock, or unlock roadside assistance. Come by Kia of Cheyenne, call 775-0123, or go to KiaofCheyenne.com, and we'll make it easy.
When you are dealing with the coin shop to buy, sell, or trade your gold, silver, or other precious metals, you will be met with honesty, fairness, knowledge, and exceptional customer service. The coin shop has been serving Cheyenne since 1982 and is a respected member of our community. Call David today at 778-7196 to meet privately or visit during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. The coin shop, a dealer you can trust, 510 West 16th Street.
Summer is here. Is there a staycation in your future? Enjoy an adventure in your own backyard with a new boat, RV, or vehicle financed by Platte Valley Bank. With competitive rates and friendly service, we are here to help. Apply online at pvbank.com or stop in today and we can get you on the road or in the water.
You can count on Platte Valley Bank.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
When it comes to sports talk in Cheyenne, it's a whole new ballgame. Let's play ball! You're listening to Wyoming Sports Talk Today, and it's only here on AM 1480 KRAE.
We're back on Wyoming Sports Talk Today. We get to talk to Adam Galicia. He is the head man of the 18 and under Cheyenne Extreme. Coach, as Nick was talking with Kaylee and opened up our conversation, a tough weekend in Rapid City, but again, too, you knew what you were facing. You knew this was going to be top-tier talent. It was nice to get out of town, but again, I guess from a managerial standpoint, a little disappointed.
I was a little disappointed with some of the results. The reality is we went up there, our pitching was on. We played great defense. We give up 15 runs in 4 games. I'll take that any weekend, honestly, because, I always tell the girls if we can score 7 runs a game, we're going to win most of our games. Our kind of our weak point this weekend was our offense. We were getting bases loaded. We were getting runners on second and third with 1 out or no outs, and we couldn't push those runs around. And so that was tough. We're in the meat of our lineup, and, so hopes are high. You think we're really going to do some good things. And, they obviously had some good pitching, but, our biggest problem this last weekend was our pitch selection. I think I was listening to Kaylee on my way over here, and she kind of had it reversed. It was more of we hit fastballs with no problem. And the problem was you get that off-speed stuff. And where we were struggling was those teams figured it out pretty quick. They started throwing junk at us, and we were struggling with that.
And looking at this past weekend, though, again, a lot of games. Again, you lost 2, 3-5, 3-5 as well, too. Again, whether it was Dickinson or Minot Storm, you had the 5-5 tie with the Rapid City Stars, and your one win was against a team out of Scottsbluff of 3-0. But again, as you look at those 4 games, at least 3 of them on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, that tournament day. Again, they were all close, though. You were all within every single one of those games to potentially get that victory and again move on further in that tournament day.
Yeah, we had our first game against Dickinson. We have a good opportunity. We have a ball hit to left field. They had a runner on first, and our left fielder comes in, tries to make a great play. Reality is the ball pops out of her glove. And the coach had actually sent his runner. We go from an easy double play to next, we get to give up next pitch or 2 pitches. We give up a 3-run home run. So instead of getting out of the inning, now we give them extra outs. And so it's tough. I mean, it's not, obviously girls don't try out, players don't go out there and try to make mistakes. Things happen. I'll tell you, that was hot. It was in the mid-90s there. I've never been to Rapid City where it was as humid as it was that day. And, girls, they're working hard. Like I said, we're getting, defensively, we're doing everything we need to. Our pitching was great. We just couldn't push the runs across the plate.
Are we at a point in time of the schedule where, again, you have this weekend and then next weekend after that is the state tournament out there in Laramie where, is it more so focusing on just giving the young ladies rest when you have those days off in between these tournaments, or is it pretty much just going back, trying to fix fundamentals or what we're seeing going wrong at these past tournaments? I mean, what does the work week look like before we head into Thursday's action?
So going into this week, I mean, this is going to be a tough stretch for us. We're going to be facing some top competition, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Some girls have showcase games tomorrow. So like tonight's practice, it's going to be focusing on a little bit of technique, but right now, we're not going to gain a whole lot. We're not going to be out there practicing long enough to learn a whole lot of anything. So it's going to be some repetition stuff on defense. Make sure we're sound with what we are doing with this short time. We're going to really focus on a couple of hitting techniques we need to get squared away. The reality is, which is kind of a good thing, going into this week, you're going to see pitchers that are going to just try to blow it by you. We can hit fastballs.
And I was going to say, going back to the pitching part where you said fastballs as opposed to changeups, obviously you've been around the game a long time. You could figure out things pretty quick, whoever's on the hill for the opposition. But as a batter, and even me, you're guessing all the time. Is it going to be a fastball? Is it going, or your daughter's going to throw a curveball or a change? But how come? I guess as you watched, how can we struggle against the change this weekend?
That's the $1 million question.
Were they overthinking? Do you think that, Coach?
They were, and because definitely we knew what the pitchers were going to. We literally knew what the pitchers were going to throw when they were throwing against them. We knew what they were going to throw against certain batters, and they would literally throw that. And so some of it on our end is our plate discipline. We just didn't have good discipline at bats. Now, there are a lot of factors go into, the hydration, the heat. We don't want to make excuses. We still should be able, that's when you got to focus more on technique. You really got to be more aware. And but yeah, we talked to the girls game after game about what we need to do. They knew what they needed to do. It just for whatever reason this weekend we weren't successful doing it.
As we're getting close to the top of the hour, and also to at least we'll have another guest coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. But want to at least focus on this weekend with you, Coach. Where again now we step into the state of Colorado, part of the Sparkler tournament, which we about a month or so ago did not even realize, or at least didn't think this would happen. But it is. As of now, at least set to happen. Again, starting up this Thursday, well, you'll have 2 games, again, noon and 2 o'clock down there in Loveland, Colorado. Here in Wyoming, again, if you go out to Converse Field, hey, it's 250, and again, it's a little relaxed compared to the rest of the country, but when going down to Colorado, there's still some pretty hard, or at least strict restrictions down there, even for your team right now to play these games and be a part of this upcoming weekend tournament.
Yeah, as of right now, honestly, when we go down there, like I was talking to you guys off there, they're still at the 25-person limit. I mean, when we go into the dugouts right now in Wyoming, we can have all the girls in the dugout. When we go down there, they're going to be spread out, probably into the stands. There's going to be social distancing being enforced, a lot of sanitizing, all this, all good protocols, but stuff that's not really being enforced heavily where we've been to this point. So that's all going to come into play. It's going to throw a little bit of chemistry off. It's kind of tough to, especially girls, to put 12, 13 girls where if you got to put them 6 feet apart, next thing you know, you're covering 100 feet, between them all. And so we'll see how that all plays out. I'm pretty excited. We're going to really, normally we go to Sparkler. This year they were forecasting about 1,000 teams to be down there. Now it's more of a regional tournament. We're going to literally see probably 40, 45 teams down there. A lot of, some Nebraska, Colorado, Wyoming, and maybe some Utah. and Rapid City.
You know, it's ironic, too, Coach, especially with this tournament in Loveland. Larimer County, as like Laramie County, very few COVID cases and thank goodness, very few deaths from COVID-19. But the restrictions are still slapped on statewide. Matter of fact, is we are planning tentatively to be with the Cheyenne Extreme because we know that there's not going to be many family members going to be allowed there. But I guess in your case, as you said, it's almost like every minute something changes down there.
Yeah, it's going to be, like I was telling you guys earlier, it's literally been day by day information coming out. They're literally telling us by tomorrow it could change. They may open up to, be able to allow more parents in the stands, right now they're advising us to not have any parents in the stands. They want them in the outfield or down the foul lines. But things could change daily.
Well, you're talking about the positive change there of allowing parents in, or at least boosting those numbers at these facilities down there in Loveland. But again, as it is day by day, could it go in a negative round? Could it be a scenario that they say, no, here it is Wednesday, hey, Sparkler is off? Is that a possibility, or are you guaranteed that, yes, we are playing some sort of games coming up this weekend in the state of Colorado?
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I think it's kind of late to cancel it out. I think we're set to go do what we're going to do down there. At worst, nothing's going to change from what it is right now, and things can only get better. As far as fan participation. So we'll see how that all goes.
And again, as Nick mentioned too, after Loveland, it's Laramie. So again, you've had a chance basically, because again, everybody's called you and wanted to play. Size up what we can expect when we go out to Laramie.
So typically year after year, that it's a tough transition for us because we've usually coming off the Sparkler. You're playing top-level teams from around the country. You have girls coming in throwing.
And it drops off just a little bit.
Yeah, 65, 70 and that. And then we go to Laramie, and other than Gillette's got some pretty solid pitching. And I'm not sure what the other teams are going to have, but we're going to see a lot of, girls throwing the low 50s. And so we'll have to make a lot of adjustments, from seeing that 65, 70 mile an hour fastball going down to 50,
Well, let me finish on that real quick here, Nick. Will you see, because I remember years ago, my daughter's city team played in a state tournament, which the Extreme won, by the way, which we always win anyway. But the question is, will you see other competitive rec teams possibly in the state tournament as well?
So as of right now, man, I just looked at the deal. I believe there's 8 teams registered in the 1800 division. So, obviously with the high school softball coming in, towns are putting teams together, and they're trying to play competitive wherever they can, whether it be Montana, Utah, depending what side of the state you're on.
By the way, congratulations, too, on landing the job at Cheyenne East.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
We talked to the other coaches as well. Might as well give you a prompt as well too. Go ahead.
He's busy with at least the current schedule, and then we'll get him in for that East talk to prepare for 2021. But here we are. This is at least we got this weekend. Next week in the state tournament happening in Laramie, Wyoming for the Cheyenne Extreme. Is it pretty much that these next 2 weekends that's it for the Cheyenne Extreme, or is there still opportunity on the schedule and on that date line to add a regional tournament or move on out past that state championship opportunity for the Cheyenne Extreme?
So we're definitely have some things in the works now. It's kind of when you change schedules around, when things are changing on a daily basis, people have different priorities come up. So we're going to see what we can piece together. There's a possibility we could head out to Utah, to Salt Lake. They moved the World Series that was supposed to be, I think, Arizona or California, has now moved to Salt Lake. So there's opportunity for that. They're also looking to put an end-of-year tournament either in Steamboat or played in Denver. So there's still some opportunities. We're going to have to see what kind of player availability we have, and maybe pull from our younger teams and see if we can put a solid 10 or 11 girls together.
Final thought for me, and I asked Coach Lain this. I'll ask you the same thing too. With all of the opportunity that Cheyenne has opened up for area teams to come and play, do you see a very good possibility of more home contests at Converse next year?
I definitely do, especially if we're going to, with the high school programs building their softball fields. I definitely, the coaches that came for that first weekend were definitely excited about it and have all been talking about doing it again, possibly, and then here in the next 2 or 3 weeks doing a similar type thing. So, like I said, there's things in the works. I can see just with this whole COVID thing, yeah, we don't like the COVID, but it's brought some different atmosphere, some different things happening for girls fast pitch that are not common to it. So definitely can see that.
Coach, we wish you all the best in Loveland. Hopefully we'll get a chance to be down there with you. Again, that gets underway beginning on Thursday. Adam Galicia joined us here on 1480 KRAE. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Your locally owned and operated radio stations, KYOI FM and 1480 KRAE AM, are just that, local, serving Cheyenne and Laramie County, where your advertising dollar stays local too. It doesn't end up in Colorado, Oklahoma, New Hampshire, or even New York. We conduct business here, we shop here, and we live here. And we support our entire community 24/7, 365. Just because it has a window dressing doesn't mean it isn't a facade. A reminder from KYOI and 1480 KRAE.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
This is 1480 KRAE Cheyenne. It's time for Wyoming Sports Talk today on KRAE. Here are your hosts, Nick and Larry Proetti.
And welcome to hour number 2 of Wyoming Sports Talk today. It is being brought to you by our good friends at Taco John's of Cheyenne. Also, we want to thank Key of Cheyenne on Nation Way, Platte Valley Bank on Vandehigh and at the corner of College and Pershing, Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range right across from Powers Field, Medicap Pharmacy for all your pharmaceutical needs. You can check out Gene and the great staff over there on Bluegrass Circle next door to Texas Roadhouse. B&B Appliance and TV at 714 Central Avenue. Lennox Auto Body, along with the Auto Glass and Detail Center, which can be found on Pershing Boulevard. The Auto Body Shop at 1020 Dunn Avenue. First Tier Bank at 1508 Stillwater Avenue. Mondello's Pizzeria at 1507 Stillwater Avenue. Sweet D in the Greenway Commons. And it's scoreboard time, which is being brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. We'll go to Nick.
Recapping from this past weekend with Cheyenne Post 6 in action, 5-1 is how they finish up the weekend. Again, that one loss in that championship game on Sunday. So with that being said, the Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers, as they get ready for action this Thursday in Powers Field, they are 26-10 overall for Cheyenne Extreme. As we mentioned again, at least a little rough stint up there in Rapid City. But again, looking at that previous schedule for them, going at least with 1 win, 2 losses, and a tie. So with that being said, for the Cheyenne Extreme, as they get set for the Colorado Sparkler Tournament happening in Loveland, they are 17-8-1 on the season.
All right, our scoreboard is brought to you by Pepsi of Cheyenne. Again, thank you to our guests in hour number 1, Ty Lain, along with Zach Kostopoulos. And again, we want to thank Kaylee Wilson for joining us, and most recently, Adam Galicia with the Cheyenne Extreme 18 and under. We'll be back with our next guest after this timeout on 1480 KRAE.
I'm Nate.
And I'm Kate.
And we're not just literal taste buds.
We're best buds. And there's nothing that we love more than a
cool,
crisp,
deliciously refreshing Pepsi!
Sure, we live inside your mouth.
But that doesn't mean we don't enjoy the finer things.
Hey, Nate. Pepsi incoming!
Here it comes!
Tastes so good.
Tell me about it.
So,
amazing.
That's what I was thinking.
It's like we share the same mouth, Kate.
Forever and ever, Nate.
Make your taste buds happy and pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi.
No matter what tomorrow brings, some things won't change, like Schwab's commitment to see the world through clients' eyes. That commitment is why Schwab is always here for their clients with clear guidance and committed service to help maintain focus on achieving long-term goals. So whatever happens today, Schwab remains invested in you. Visit schwab.com/Cheyenne to learn how Schwab is ready to help.
We are the key to your cleaning success. The Key People that provides affordable office and professional cleaning services for over 40 years with exceptional customer care. All of our contractors have background checks and are licensed and bonded. We guarantee you a safe and secure service that is tailored to your individual and business needs. The Key People do not impose year-long contracts, and all quotes are free, confidential, and personalized. Call the Key People at 1-800-468-8283. That's 1-800-468-8283.
Cheyenne Neurological has been the cornerstone of urinary care to Cheyenne and its surrounding communities for over 30 years. With their fine expert doctors, along with their highly trained staff, they will provide top quality treatment for prostate cancer, urinary tract infections, kidney stones, impotence, and incontinence. Cheyenne Neurological is now offering cutting-edge robotic surgery. So call Cheyenne Neurological at 635-4131 for compassionate expert urinary care. That's 635-4131.
When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think authentic Italian. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think made fresh from scratch. When you say Mondello Pizzeria, think great pizza, delicious Philly cheesesteak, superb hot and cold Italian sandwiches, meatballs, sausage and special subs, calzones, crisp salads, and great service. When you say Mondello's Pizzeria, think unmatched Italian taste. Mondello's Pizzeria, 1507 Stillwater Avenue, your only true Italian stop for lunch or dinner.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly sunny with highs around 72. For tonight, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 46 and winds out the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. On Wednesday, it'll be sunny with highs around 81. And on Wednesday night, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 51.
Here, the season never ends. From Wyoming sports to the Broncos in Denver. From Rockies baseball to talking hoops with Nuggets basketball. Local, regional, and national. This is Wyoming Sports Talk Today, right here on AM 1480 KRAE.
Welcome back to Wyoming Sports Talk Today. Larry Peroletti along with Nick Peroletti. We bring on our next guest. She is the Interim Athletic Director at Laramie County Community College, beginning her second season at that post. And we get a chance to talk with our friend, Dr. Cindy Henning. Doc, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys?
We're doing all right. So let's talk about some of the goings on within Region 9. But you've also had a busy off season as well. You had to replace a couple of coaches, but luckily you found them in house on the basketball side. So having Dwayne Salisbury on the bench already and having Danielle Ronaldo on the bench made the decisions pretty easy for you.
Yeah, having those conversations with both of them, and they both, were ready to step into that head coaching role. And we, with Danielle especially, having some conversations with Brian, he felt that she was ready for that opportunity. And so, so we were very fortunate to have some really, good people in as those head coaches. Really excited to see what they're able to do. I know Danielle's been finishing up a little bit of recruiting that Brian had just one or two that he was finishing up, and then Dwayne and his assistant Roy Bell they really jumped on it right away, and so all the teams are sitting in really good shape, and from the information that we've been able to see, all have been bringing in some really good quality student athletes. We're really excited to get them on campus and get things rolling.
Well, something that you're dealing with, Cindy, is, again, that kind of title of interim, where, again, Dwayne Salisbury on that interim, at least, basis, again, for 1 year, same with also, too, Danielle on the women's side as a 1 year interim basis. Talk about, again, we haven't really had that chance to talk with you about it, but what was the decision behind at least giving them that interim, at least, title instead of just handing them the job outright, or at least opening up that, at least, job opportunity here in the offseason to find that full-time official head coach for both the men and the women on the basketball side?
Yeah, so part of the reason for that is just the unique situation with COVID. So part of our process with openings is having student athletes be able to interact with any potential candidates, having our candidates, go through training session, so we get to see how they do some interacting. We also typically have student athletes on our screening committees, and so we just really felt that having them step in as the interim would allow us, the opportunity to really do a complete thorough search, especially when it's for positions that interact so much with our student athletes, having them be a part of the process, being able to watch during that interview process how they do interact with the student athletes on the screening committees. I can give you an example. When we were doing our interviews for the women's head soccer position, I remember we had one of the candidates that at lunchtime, when I got an opportunity, I asked our student athletes, I said, how much has this person interacted or, tried to interact with you guys? And the players had said the candidate hadn't taken any, hadn't really taken any opportunity to just talk to them, reach out to them, ask them questions. And that's what I was seeing, but I wanted to have the student athletes either confirm or tell me differently. And those things for us carry a lot of weight. It's obviously they work really closely with the student athletes, and so being able to see those interactions with them is really important. From my perspective, it's really, really important to see because the day of an interview is really the person is bringing their best version of themselves to that process. And so if, on that best day, they're not interested in interacting with the student athletes, then, how are they going to be the rest of the time? So that was the reasoning behind it, is it will allow us, here come, late December, January, we'll get both those positions posted for the permanent positions, be able to have our student athletes involved in that process all the way through, and have, others. We typically have had at least one or two people from our foundation are on those screening committees, people from across campus, as well as other members of our department that make up those committees.
Cindy, let's talk about coming right out of the box when the young men and women return to LCCC this year, and we're talking men's soccer, women's soccer, and volleyball. And again, due to the unique situation that we are in this year, it almost seems like things change on a daily basis. Obviously, you are in tune with just about everything that's going on. I mean, what are we hearing? Is everything at LCCC right now, as of today, a go for men's and women's soccer and volleyball?
Yep, we are a go. Volleyball and women's soccer are reporting August 2nd. Our men's soccer team is reporting August 5th. We are planning to have our return to competition plan finalized this week. We actually had a department meeting this morning, had went through our latest draft, talked about some things, met with our risk management person, walked him around the rack, got to ask him a lot of questions on things that we could do, things that we have done to create, more space, better flow in our buildings and those sorts of things. And so based on those things, we'll be finalizing our plan this week. And we're planning on August, like I said, August 2nd and August 5th, having those fall sports athletes on, and getting ready for our men's team to defend their regional championship. Our women's team, both of our soccer teams should start off nationally ranked and continuing their traditions. And then really excited with the volleyball to see Coach Coates in her second season and her recruiting class that she really got to do a full recruiting cycle. And so we're really excited for those things, and keeping our student athletes and our coaches and our fans, when they do come to watch our student athletes, keeping everybody healthy and safe and following, the guidelines that the state and the county have. We've been meeting with county health every couple weeks. And so we're just looking to finalize our plan and move forward. As we keep saying, we're going to finalize our plan, but keeping it flexible at the same time.
Well, talking about that plan and seeing some of your comments regarding at least this finalization and with what has happened up north here in the Region 9 with Sheridan and Gillette, canceling outright all athletic programs, firing all coaches up there. And again, now you have student athletes that are now kind of in limbo. They're going to have their meetings. I do believe Gillette had their meeting today and Sheridan tomorrow, at least more of a town hall meeting to talk about what has happened of recent. But, seeing your comments, though, Cindy, again, we know what the economics are like here in the city of Cheyenne, and also to the state of Wyoming, and how they affect at least the JUCOs or maybe high school districts just in general right now, or at least for the futures. Comments, or at least something that I spotlight, and not sure if you'll be able to talk about or at least give examples, but when you're talking about trimming the fat and getting ready for the 2020-2021 season for, again, men's and women's soccer, volleyball, and also to men's and women's basketball, on top of also to rodeo over there at LCCC, what exactly do you mean when trimming the fat?
Well, so we've done things. So part of our plan has been addressing, we're obviously going to have our residence halls are planning to be open. And so we spent time talking with community health, with our resident director. And so we'll have group our athletes in what we're calling familial units, because they're going to be together at practice. They're going to be together at competitions. And so the biggest thing is looking at, I'll give you an example. So our volleyball scheduled to play tournaments. One of the tournaments got canceled. And so another school had reached out to say, hey, I think we could probably hold this tournament if you guys want to travel out to us. And Coach Coates had reached out, and I said, let's just kind of hold for a second. Let's see what shakes out a little bit. And so it's some of those things of just looking and identifying, okay, so we lost the tournament. We prefer that we were competing, but if it's a, longer trip or it's going to be more expensive, then those are conversations we have to have and be able to say, right now, we aren't going to be able to do that. And we haven't had, don't misunderstand. Carrie and I haven't had that conversation yet, other than just to say, let's kind of, we're not saying no, but we're not saying yes. We want to see a little bit more how things shake out, to see if it is feasible, if it's not feasible. We're doing the same with, like you alluded to, with soccer. Obviously, Gillette and Sheridan both had men's and women's soccer teams, and so we're currently looking at, what would a revised schedule look like? Who do we play? Do we stay within the region? And those are conversations not only being had on our campus, but they're being held, by all the colleges within our region. And so it's those types of conversations and looking to see, how can we be the most fiscally prudent and still provide a really good experience for our student athletes.
Cindy, let's talk about the actions of Sheridan and Gillette, again, both under the same umbrella. As you said, talking about revising schedules, did that catch you off guard? Again, the community, Gillette and Sheridan, from the COVID standpoint, obviously has not been hard hit. We know that Gillette really depends on the Trona industry, and again, I would assume they do get some valuable monies off the Trona industry, but did that catch you off guard when those two schools decided to drop sports?
Yeah, we had meetings the beginning part of last week. The ADs from the Wyoming community colleges had met, and during that conversation, the question was asked of everybody, are any of you planning on cutting sports? And every single one of the athletic directors said, absolutely not. We know things are going to be tight, but our administration's, committed to it. We had a Region 9 athletic directors meeting last week as well. Same question came up. And across the board, everybody was like, no, there hasn't been any information. And then it was the very next day is when it was announced. And so I would say that everybody in our region and in our state, the other community colleges, were really caught off guard by it because there was no indication. Their athletic director, had shared in the meetings that, yeah, we're good to go, and we know things are going to be tight, but everybody knows they're going to be tight. So it definitely caught us off guard. I can't even imagine what it was like in those communities and for the student athletes to receive that notice.
Well, and also, too, it kind of makes you wonder of what other community colleges, whether it is in this region or at least in the North Division or at least here in the state of Wyoming, Colorado, Nebraska, who might fall to the wayside next, where, again, that caught off everyone off guard, again, up there in Sheridan and Gillette of how prestigious their programs are, whether it is the soccer or basketball sense. But focusing on LCCC with you, Dr. Sidney Henning, you're talking about your return to action plan, again, getting that finalized here soon. Is that basically what you're saying to LCCC athletics and the community here in the city of Cheyenne, basically saying, hey, once we get this plan set in stone, we're going forward, 2021 athletics is a go for LCCC Golden Eagles?
Yep, that is very much what we're saying, what we're working towards. And our big focal point is keeping everybody safe and doing it, the right way so that our athletes are able to have their seasons. Our fans are able to, come in, be socially distanced, support our student athletes, and continue moving forward just in a new normal.
So that normal of, and again, we'll use the RAC coming up this season, whether for volleyball or for both basketball, men and women. Does that mean, you're talking social distance, that we're going to have not as big of crowds in the RAC, but we will have some fans in attendance? Is that what is going to be the new reality in the facilities there at LCCC?
Yeah, right now, that's what we envision is, so in the RAC that we'll have, I don't want to say assigned seating, but like designated areas where if it's a family of 6, they sit here, and then other people that aren't a part of their family, sit spaced away from them. We won't have like the first 2 rows in the bleachers within our playing facility within the RAC. There won't be any seating there, so we've created that distance between the student athletes, the coaches, and our fans. When you go out to the soccer fields, where the bleachers have been placed before, they're, maybe 3 feet from the field. We're going to move the bleachers back to create more of a space between, especially with soccer, where at any given time the ball can be put out of play, in any direction. And so we'll create space like that. We are, at this point in time, we are anticipating for our indoor sports, so like for volleyball, that we'd ask that our fans are going to wear face masks to just give us another layer of protection for our student athletes, which is our main concern. Our people at our scorers table will be wearing face masks because there's no way for us to, socially distance them. We'll have a designated entrance door, a designated exit door, which will definitely be different because in the past we haven't had those things. Those will be some of the things. So we'll still be able to, provide opportunities for our fans to be involved. It's just gonna still be a little bit different.
Cindy, real quick here, just asking the question, and again, obviously, I'm assuming you've had numerous conversations with Dr. Schaefer, and I would think we're in a unique situation at LCCC having only the 6 sports, the 2 soccers, the volleyball, 2 basketball, and rodeo, where other schools have baseball, track and field, golf, other programs which are costly. Are you envisioning this year, the 2020-2021 season, to be okay, and then we start kind of tightening the belt for 21 and 22?
A large part of that's really going to be determined, because you are right. Every meeting I have with Dr. Schaefer, I ask him questions, about the budget. Is there anything that immediately that we need to be doing or considering? And he has indicated until we get a little bit more clarification from the state, just to really, be cognizant of, the example I gave earlier of a volleyball tournament that we aren't going to be able, or they got canceled. Do we find a fill-in for that, or do we just say, hey, we're going to take this opportunity, save a little bit of money on travel and lodging and those sorts of things and start doing it that way. But I can see, as we go through and get a little bit more information, that there will be, could potentially be some other impacts this year, but that'll be all done under, the bigger umbrella of the college and any cuts that we have to make at the college level. One of the things I've been very thankful for is the leadership at the college, that our leadership tends to take a very strategic approach. So it's a little bit slower approach, but it lets the college as a whole, really look at information, look at data, and then make those hard decisions with the best, with the best possible eye on that, and things that will cause the least amount of impact to students, or in our case, the least amount of impact to our student athletes is going to be the lens that we put on our decision-making process.
Well, Cindy, we want to thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Cindy Henning, LCCC Interim Athletics Director. Do appreciate it, and we will catch up with you down the road.
All right. Well, you guys take care and stay safe, and thanks for having me on today.
All right. Enjoy your summer. All right. We're going to take a time out. We'll be back with more right here on 1480 KRAE.
Did you know B&B Appliance and TV has a local warehouse where they stock a variety of appliances in a wide range of colors and finishes, including black and white? Their friendly staff realizes that one look isn't for everyone, and appliance shopping isn't always convenient. B&B Appliance offers free in-town delivery and disposal of your old appliances. They'll be there for you after the sale, too, because they always service what they sell. B&B Appliance and TV, 714 Central Avenue. Best brands, hometown service.
Chick-fil-A at Windmill and Del Range across from Powers Field is a proud sponsor of our high school and LCCC student athletes. Chick-fil-A always offers 2 convenient drive-thru lanes to pick up your order if you are on the go. Plus, they have an excellent dining room for the whole family. And remember to order ahead. Use the Chick-fil-A app on your phone. Stop into Chick-fil-A today, open Monday through Saturday, where you can enjoy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Your home for the real chicken sandwich taste. Chick-fil-A, Windmill and Del Range.
Are you looking for a pharmacist who will actually take the time to talk to you? Then come to Medicap Pharmacy. We're dedicated to healthcare only, which means we'll fill your prescription quickly, and then we'll make time to listen, answer your questions, explain your prescriptions, and tell you about possible drug interactions.
Medicap Pharmacy will always make time for you.
Medicap Pharmacy, 1947 Bluegrass Circle, next to Texas Roadhouse in Cheyenne. Or call 635-3712.
Have you tried Digital Wallet from Platte Valley Bank? Add your Platte Valley Bank debit card to Google Pay, Samsung Pay, or Apple Pay and have the ability to purchase with just your phone. It's secure, simple, and accepted by millions of merchants worldwide. Try it today for a contactless way to pay.
Platte Valley Bank.
Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC.
For almost 60 years, 1480 KRAE has been Cheyenne's home for good times and great oldies. Add to that live play-by-play sports featuring high school football and basketball, along with LCCC men's and women's basketball. Now combo that with KYOY FM, and you have Cheyenne and the area's only locally owned AM and FM radio stations. But we don't stop there. We also have 2 FM translators which serve the area with programming from both KRAE and KYOY. And that equals a lot of bang for your advertising dollar. Radio yesterday and now today, along with our websites, web streams, and digital ventures makes us your one-stop shop. For more information,
information, please call Larry Proetti at 307-637-0301.
Would you rather walk across hot coals or have poison ivy everywhere? Some choices are a lose-lose, but it's all win-win at Taco John's. Choose 3 chicken street tacos or 3 chicken soft-shell tacos for just $5. Taco John's. Bigger, bolder, better.
Our drive-thru is still open. Swing by for all your Taco John's favorites for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or order delivery from participating locations with the Taco John's app. Do you want the peace of mind of a professionally installed security camera system? Then go with a name you trust, High West Digital Solutions, a High West energy company. The experienced team at High West Digital Solutions will customize a video security system for you, helping you keep an eye on everything going on inside or outside your home or business. Go to hwds.com or call 307-245-4333. High West Digital Solutions, the best choice, the local choice, the right choice for you. At First Tier Bank, we are proud to be a member of this great community and will always support all of our high school athletes. First Tier Bank takes great pride in sponsoring the live broadcast of the games and would like to wish all of our teams good luck. We share the credo with Newt Rockney when he said, "One man practicing sportsmanship is far better than 100 teaching it." It's all about the high school sports at First Tier Bank, 1508 Stillwater Avenue, Cheyenne.
Here's the latest weather forecast on 1480 KRAE.
For today, it'll be mostly sunny with highs around 72. For tonight, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 46 and winds out the west at 15 to 20 miles per hour. On Wednesday, it'll be sunny with highs around 81. And on Wednesday night, it'll be mostly clear with lows around 51.
Got something to say? Then get it off your chest right now. Phone lines are open at 307-514-1071. Make your opinion count and call the show. Wyoming Sports Talk today.
We're going to get ready to wrap things up here on our side. Just a couple of notes here if you haven't heard from Major League Baseball. Mike Leake, who signed with the Arizona Diamondbacks, he has decided to step away from baseball this year. He will opt out not to play. And then we got word yesterday that Ian Desmond of the Colorado Rockies has also decided as well not to play baseball this year, opting out, wanting to spend time at home with his family. And again, with all of the things going on in our world, in addition to COVID-19, he felt his time would be better spent at home. And again,
which is fine.
You're talking guys that are making, $10 million plus.
Well, again, they have a comfortable living, yeah, without a doubt. So, again, they can make that decision, and don't blame them without a doubt. Again, that's the first out of baseball. You would assume, or maybe eventually NHL will fall wayside. You're already seeing stints of NBA players saying, hey, I'm not stepping out on the court. So, again, it is what it is. If you want to step out of 2020, hey, that's your rightful move. Obviously, there's going to be someone there in the back end to take your place for what is this kind of wacky abbreviated season. Again, if these seasons do get underway, again, it is kind of a question right now. It's not a guarantee. It's pretty much of will they get underway. They have the plans in place, but again, as we see, as everything is day by day, could there be a wrench thrown into the plans? Only time will tell at this point in time. So, not surprising. The other news out of NFL, or at least the big news, Cam Newton has found a new home with the New England Patriots. So, pretty much all those quarterback vacancies have now been filled throughout the NFL. So, again, where Tom Brady now in Tampa Bay, Cam Newton takes his talent to New England. New England, who, even with Cam Newton at the helm now...
Is he a good fit in New England? No. I don't think he's going to be a good fit. Just look what we saw last year when they brought in the wide receiver with all the baggage.
Well, that's Antonio Brown. He's on a different level.
What do you think? Cam Newton's on a different level as well, too. Cam Newton's about Cam Newton. So
I don't know about that. He's not as bad news that he didn't have sexual assault allegations.
I know that, but he brings some baggage with him too, as far as he's just not going to. I just don't think he's a good fit for New England. But we'll wait and see. Bill Belichick does know how to win.
Are they Super Bowl bound with Cam Newton signed? No.
I don't think so. No. But will he be the first-string quarterback? Absolutely.
You would assume so.
All right, well, we got to wrap things up here on our end here. We are hoping that we will have a chance to be with you Thursday afternoon in Loveland. Again, as you heard with
Thursday,
Coach,
Friday, the entire weekend where it is kind of up in the air.
Right now, it's not looking promising right now.
Again, where we are relaxed and able to do it, we're again here in the state of Wyoming, or if we were able to head up to Rapid City last weekend, again, Colorado's on a different level where they're a little bit more strict than the guidelines are set in stone, at least here in these kind of less populated areas, especially Loveland being one of the more kind of harder areas that have been at least slow to reopen. So as we've been alluding to, and as how 2020 is with businesses, and again, including us, just stay tuned on the social media sides. That's the best way to go about things, is stay tuned on the Facebook side at 1480 KRAE, Wyoming Sports Talk Today's Facebook page, Nick at Wyoming Sports on Twitter as well, too. That's going to be your best way to know. Again, as soon as we know that, we'll announce as we go kind of day by day, along with the Shine Extreme on will we be able to.
Want to remind you, coming up this evening, we will have our Golden Age of Radio Theater. Let's see if this old guy can remember. It's Gunsmoke ×2 from